All right, and we're back, everybody. So, again, I just want to say this again before we get started on the notes. I know I've said it before, but people have been coming in and out. Don't forget, if you are out for any given time, if you're quarantined for any reason, you please stay on top of your work as much as you possibly can. You do not want to wait until you get back to try to catch up everything you've seen. Okay? Try to stay on top of your work. Stay in communication with me. If you have any questions, you need to let me know, and then we can, kind of keep it rolling so that you don't have to make it all up when you get back. All right. That being said, so the lesson section 5-6 was all about slope-intercept form. Right? What was slope-intercept form? What's that? Y equals mx plus b.
I
don't know. You were just saying a lot of letters there. Y equals mx plus b. Right? That's slope-intercept form. That was a big voice back there. Slope-intercept form. That was slope-intercept form. So we were given the slope and the intercept to make that equation. Okay? Today we're going to look at what happens if we're given the slope and a point. That's what we're going to be looking at. Not a slope and the intercept, even though the intercept is a point, it's a unique one. What if we're given any random point? Slope and any point. That's what we're looking at today. All right, so I hope we're going to see that it's not so bad to graph these things. Okay? Now, when I was doing slope-intercept form, I started at the intercept. Where do I start now? The point. The point given. I start at the point. So 3, 1. Everybody graph 3, 1 on your paper. Put 3, 1 on your paper. Graph the point. Make sure you put it right here. Don't do 1, 3. Write 3 up 1. 3, 1. Now, we then use the slope, just like we did from our intercept. We use the slope to generate more values. So from there, I go up 2 over 1 through the graph. I could also go, remember that the slope being 2 over 1 is equivalent to this, right? Down to left 1, if I really wanted to. Down to left 1. And there's my line. Go back. Sometimes it is. No. I mean, like, sometimes it is. Sometimes, some people find it easier to know the y-intercept because you can just plot it on that y-axis. Okay, go ahead and do the next one, please.
What does that mean? We're going to have to find the y-axis?
I mean, you could. What was it on this first one? Looks like -5 to me, right?
Yeah.
So I could use that to write my equation as well. But for right now, we're just graphing. Yeah. So we go -2, 4. We should all put our point first, right? Then from that point, use our slope. The slope being rise 3, run 4. Up 3, right 4. Oops, I went too many. Up 3, right 4. Up 3, right 4. I could also go, remember, since this is a positively sloping line, I could go -3, -4. I could go down 3, but then I would have to go left 4. I could go down 3, but then I would have to go left 4. And that makes the same slope throughout.
What if you don't have an exact y value?
Well, and then in that case, it might be a little bit harder to tell what the y-intercept should be. All the ones that I would ask you for that would come to a nice spot. So for these, I'm just graphing, right? Yep. I'm not actually writing an equation, I'm just graphing. Would we all agree that that's not too bad? Right. Okay, good. So given a point and a slope, graphing is not so bad. Just put the point on there and then use the point to create more, or use the slope to create more points. All right. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line with the given slope that contains the given point. So here's where it starts to get a little bit more difficult. Writing the equation. that gets a little harder. Please pay attention, folks. This is something that you will use like the rest of the year. Please pay attention on how to do this. All right. I know I want to end like this, right? I know I want to end in y equals mx plus b form. I know that because it told me. Write an equation in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. I know I want to end there. Okay, that means if I want to end there, I need to figure out what my m and my b are. What's my m, Baker? 3. What's my b? We're not given it. -1, nope. +4, nope. Remember that the y-intercept, if I truly was asked to find the y-intercept, the y-intercept should be 0, comma, a number, right? Not -1, comma. I need 0, comma. So how do I figure that out? That's the difficult piece about this. That's the hard part about this. I'll teach you actually 2 different methods to do that today, okay? The first one I like to call, and this is what I'll call the solve for b method. This is the solve for b method. When we're not given b, but we have to find it. We have to solve for it. Now, how do we do that then? Well, we know slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, correct? And we know that m is 3. And we know the point, -1, comma 4. Right? We have all of that information. Think about what that is. I gave you an x and a y. Think about what our equation looks like. I have an x and a y and an m. Let's try plugging it in. Okay, the m is 3. The x is -1. The y is 4. You see what I did there? I plugged in the information that I knew. The x was -1. The y was 4. That's where I got it from the point. The slope was 3. I had every piece of information I needed to plug into slope-intercept form to make me be able to solve for b, right? Isn't b the only letter in there now? So now I can find what b is. Look, 4 is equal to, what's 3 times -1? -3. How do I solve for b? I add 3 over to the other side. So 7 is my b value. I solved for b. That's where I get this thing. This is the solve for b method. Question.
Why for the graph, it just gives you like, for like example 1, like
Yeah.
that we already did, why wouldn't you just do like, put 1/3?
You could, like, why wouldn't you just graph this to find the y-intercept?
Yeah.
Well, because what if it doesn't come out as a nice spot? Right,
Yeah.
we're trying to find the y-intercept. And what if it doesn't, because you could do that, but what if it doesn't come out as a nice spot, like we talked about? Then we would have to fall back on this method. Now, I'm not done yet. My solution, I have to now say, y is equal to, this is my final answer, y is equal to 3x plus 7. Your final answer should always be y equals mx plus b form with m and b plugged in. This is all just prep work. Right? That's all just getting ready to write the answer. All right, can we do another one here? Okay, I'll scroll back to that in a second. We're going to do another one, and then you're going to do one on your own. All right. My slope is 1/3. My y-intercept, or sorry, my point is -3, comma 1. Now, again, I like to write this over here on the side like it's my answer blank or something. I know in the end I'm going to have to say y equals mx plus b which means I know I have to find my M, and I know I have to find my B. Am I given my M? Yes, what is it?
1/3.
1/3. Am I given the B value? No. So I have to do something to find it. All right, well, let's do this whole solve for B method. I know I'm going to plug it into y equals mx plus b, where I know the m is 1/3 and the point is -3, 1. And that point, I'm going to use x and y. So the y value is 1. The m value is 1/3. The x value is -3. And I don't know what b is. Is everybody clear about plugging that in? And does everybody understand that that is not my answer? Too often, people will try to like put this on an answer blank. And I'm like, whoa, you have no idea what's going on. The end goal is to try to write the equation, right? We're just doing all of this work to try to figure out what b is. So 1 is equal to, what's 1/3 of -3? -1. 1/3 times -3 is -1. I add the 1 over to the other side. So 2 is my b value. Again, all prep work. That's all prep work. For my final answer, y is equal to 1/3 x plus 2. That is my answer. Once you find your m and your b, m was given to us. Once you find your m and your b, you plug it in. Why don't you go ahead and try the last one there? Okay, let's go through this one. So we know we want to end with y equals mx plus b. I always like to set myself up over here. Got to find my m, I've got to find my b value. What's my m? So let's solve for b. I want to find y equals mx plus b when m is -1 and the point is 0, 9. So that means I want to do, that's a 9. 9 is equal to -1 times x, -1 times 0 plus b. Well, -1 times 0 is 0. Subtract over the 0, I get 9 as my b value. Y equals -1x, or just -x if you wanted to, plus 9. Anybody notice something about my b value? It's a whole number. That's not. It doesn't have to be that way though. So it could be negative. What do we notice in this particular problem? Yeah, look, what was the original point that it was given to us? 0, 9. Oh, work smarter, not harder. I gave you the b value right at the beginning. You didn't need to do all that work. Look at that, look at you.
What if you give us like 9, 0?
Well, that's the x-intercept, and then I gotta figure it out what the b value is. Watch out, if I ever give you the y-intercept, make note of that. If I ever give you a coordinate at 0, something, okay, watch out. All right. So let's peel back one more layer. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. Same rules, same parameters. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. That means in the end, I need to solve for m, and I need to solve for b. Am I given m?
No.
Shoot. Am I given b? Shoot. I'm not given any information that I need. Bummer. But am I given enough information to find m? Yeah. How am I going to find m? Yeah, the good old slope formula. Our old friend. Coming back again. My algebra teacher used to say that all of these equations were just like things in his mathematical tool belt. Or like he used to call himself like Batman. And he'd be like, oh, I gotta pull out my slope formula.
I like Bob the Builder.
Or like Bob the Builder, you know. Bob the Builder.
Why are you not a kid? You said like boy, not builders, two builders.
I guess all right back there. You have some mediation back there. All right, what's the slope then? 1 minus 7 over 2 minus -1. You follow me there? All I'm doing is just doing the slope formula. 1 minus 7 over 2 minus -1. Make sure you're doing y over x. So this is -6 over 2 minus -1 just turns into 3. Okay. So my slope is -2. Okay, now we're rolling. Now we're ready. Which coordinate would we like to use to find our b value? At this point, you can pick. It doesn't matter. Like when you do this test or quiz, whatever, I'll have to actually have a key for both parts. Now the answer should be the same. But the work may look a little different. Let's use the more simple point here. Let's use this one. Let's use 2, 1. Because we know now we got to find y equals mx plus b, where the m is -2, and the point we're going to use, let's choose 2, 1. Could I have chosen -1, 7? Of course. But let's pick, I don't know, these numbers seem smaller. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so that means 1 is equal to -4 plus b. 5 is my b value. So that means I can now come back over here. A lot of prep work that we had to do. -2x plus 5. How'd we do? We doing all right? Okay, let's do the same thing in the next one. I'll let you do C on your own. Anybody still need to work for that one? Okay, let's do B together and then we'll do C on your own. All right, so again, the goal is to do y equals mx plus b. Got to find m, got to find b. I'm given neither of them. This is like worst case scenario. So my m, again, just to write it out, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 10 minus -2 over 3 minus 1. So 10 minus negative 2 gets us a 12, because that's 10 plus 2. 3 minus 1 is a 2. So my m value is 6. Yeah.
Why didn't you just do 10 minus 2?
Because it's a negative 2. 10 minus negative 2. And now to find our b value, which point would we like to choose? 310. Stay positive. So we've got m is 6, and the point is 3 comma 10. So now I can say y equals m x plus b. 10 is equal to 18 plus b. I subtract over the 18. That gives me a negative 8 is my b value. I can come back here, write our negative 8. So my final answer, 6x minus 8. Again, don't lose sight of the end goal. The end goal is to create the equation. Given your, and I have to find our m and our b values.
Well, see, there you changed minus negative 8 to just minus 8.
No, it wasn't minus negative 8. It was plus negative 8. That's why we changed it into just minus. The slope formula had the minus in it. So that's why it had to stay minus negative. This one had a plus. So I could change it into just minus 8. All right, do the last one on your own. I'll start to show the work here in a second.
There we go.
I need a different, you saying I need a different pose here?
Yeah.
You want a different pose?
Yeah, do different on everything, right? Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, check so far. You should have gotten your slope as 2. If you didn't get 2, check your work. Berkeley, which point you want to use?
I did the 4 comma 1.
Got it. Check your work. You should have gotten negative 7 as your b value. 2x minus 7 is your equation. How did we do? Are you okay?
Yeah. I feel like the longer the equation is, like if you get something wrong, you can notice it
Yeah.
faster.
Like if you get a weird fraction or
Yeah,
something.
rather than it's.
Oh, whoa, we're not done. We got a word problem to do.
Is there enough graphing that I need to graph paper?
I think there's just a couple, like we did on the first slide. Shh. People, quiet. Down. Whoa. The cost to stain a deck is a linear function of the deck's area. The cost to stain 100, 250, and 400 square feet are shown in the table. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that represents the function. Then find the cost to stain a deck with area 75 square feet. So basically, all I need to know out of that is that this is linear. Okay. Well, that means that if this is linear and I want to find an equation, do we all understand that I'm given ordered pairs here? Right? So all I need to do is basically do the exact same process I just did, but now with these values. Now I have 3 of them. Do I need to use all 3? No. Let's pick the ones with no decimals. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to do decimal. Why does it keep doing that? So now my M is going to be 525 minus 150 over 400 minus 100. Okay. So we got 525 minus 150. And then we're going to divide that by 400 minus 100 is 300. 1.25. Now, I'm okay with giving a decimal as a slope because this is a word problem. Now, let's find our B value. I think the easiest point to use is 100, 150. So I know Y equals M X plus B. Okay, well, 150. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I'm just going to finish doing the video. So if anybody wants to see the rest of this, they can watch it online. So 25 is my B value. So M is 1.25. B is 25. So my equation is 1.25x plus 25. That's my equation to match this.
Did you even start it? Yeah, did you start it?
Yes.
I didn't see you start it.
Yes, I started it. It's still going. Hold on. Jeez, people. I'm still trying to record the video. Please, people. Now, my last part of my equation is finding when x is 75. So 1.25 times 75 plus 25. Wow, it's loud in here. I'm sorry. Anybody watching along at home? Plus 25. 118.75. Y equals 118.75. That's 1.25 times 75 plus an additional $25. All right. Hope we all have a good day. Got a little quieter in here now. All right. See you, folks.